Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Well, that famous quote is attributed to Abraham Lincoln, but did you know that it is a slight twist on a Bible verse? Well, we'll look at that in just a moment. Before we do, for our little Schuyler County nature moment today, we're going to look at the Frederick Landing and the Illinois River in spring. And then come back and wrestle a little bit with Abraham Lincoln's quote. Let's play a little bit with that quote from Abraham Lincoln. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. He's sort of doing a spin-off here of Proverbs chapter 17, verse 27 and 28, which is a couple of thousand years, maybe 3,000 years older than Abraham Lincoln. And it goes like this. It makes a lot of sense to be a person of a few words and to stay calm. Even fools seem smart when they are quiet. Now, there's a little bit of a catch-22 there. The proverb says that we appear wiser if we can stay cool, calm, collected, quiet, take in information without, running off at the mouth, and we will appear to be much wiser, perhaps, than we are. And even a foolish person, if they were to remain cool and calm and collected and listen before they speak, they will appear to be wiser also. But the question is, the hook in that is it possible for a foolish person to remain cool, calm, and quiet while they're soaking in information and not speaking out and saying something that makes them look foolish? Is prudence in the ability to know when to talk and when to refrain from talking, is that part of wisdom? And is a person that is running a little short on wisdom also running short on the prudence to keep their mouth shut? Well, it would appear so. The very next verses deal with that very same puzzle that I just mentioned. And Proverbs chapter 17, we end with the words, it makes a lot of sense to be a person of few words and to stay calm. Even fools seem smart when they are quiet. Well, in the second verse, I'll read two of them here. In chapter 18, verse 1, the next verse after that, it says, it's selfish and stupid to think only of yourself and to sneer at people who have sense. You ever know somebody that whenever a wise person begins to speak, they're sort of, And verse 2 says, fools have no desire to learn. They would much rather give their own opinion. That is A foolish person, when they're engaged in a conversation, when they're engaged in a debate, when they're engaged in a serious discussion, have you ever known a person that they only listen to what somebody else is saying, and during that time when someone else is talking, they're formulating their rebuttal to argue against that? And so they don't listen for truth, and they don't listen to learn. They listen to find points that they can work into their rebuttal. So you have this person here, which the Bible calls a fool. A person here who's not interested in knowing the truth and not interested in getting at to what is reality or true about it, or to listen or to learn, but a person that is kind of running off at the mouth all the time and just using the conversation as a platform to say their own things. And the Bible says that that person is a fool. And that the person even looks like a fool to others watching. Which probably could bring me to YouTube right now, or to Facebook right now, and other social media, because it seems like that's what social media is about, is sometimes are groups of people that are jumping into the fray of arguments for the sake of arguing and not for the sake of learning. Both sides thinking they know more. Well, it makes a lot of sense to be a person of a few words and to stay calm. Even fools seem smart when they're quiet. Now, fools have no desire to learn. They would much rather give their own opinion. So I could say, ouch. I said that last week. Ouch. How does that play out in our lives this week? We've probably been in some big discussions. Have we used those discussions as forums to propagate our ideas and to challenge and attack other ideas? Or have we listened and remained quiet and soaked in new knowledge? There are lots of things happening in our country right now, in our area right now. Be prudent. Learn. Don't be eager to jump into the fray. One more thing I want to bring up before I leave. Right before this conversation started in chapter 17, verse 25, it says, "Foolish children bring sorrow to their father and pain to their mother." We don't want to be those that bring pain to the loved ones around us. So let's be prudent. Well, we've still got several days ahead of us this week. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the news, and a lot of stuff going on locally, and a lot of discussions and a lot of disagreements. And may God give you the grace to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and even slower to become angry. May God watch you and guide you. And this week, let's say, may God guide your mouth and guard your mouth until we come back to worship again on Sunday.